Hello, people out there. Welcome to another session of Do Life. I am so excited, as you can tell, and as always, coming to you and sharing and literally diving into critical and important issues and also talking about things that gives us hope in life. I not only welcome you to today's special session, but today I have my son, an amazing man of God. One young man that has literally done great things for God, who is taking a church ministry and touching lives and literally transforming lifestyles around the Research Triangle Park area and also United States of America. I'm very pleased to call him a son. Someone also that I travel with. We travel internationally, and I just love being in his company because he keeps me young and he keeps me on the edge. I'm glad to introduce all of you today to none other than Pastor Mitch Summerfield, who is the pastor of the Word of God Fellowship in Raleigh. Pastor Frank, your father was my dearest friend.
Yes, sir.
And Dr. Frank is in heaven now.
Yes, sir.
So is your mom, who were incredible ministry team.
Absolutely.
They literally influenced this region and also this country
Yes,
with the message of faith.
Yes, they did.
Now, you are now the pastor. God has raised you up, and Pastor Mitch, you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you, sir.
Now, I call you Doc, but I know that and we have a joke in this
Yes,
matter.
yes, we do, yes.
But I love your spirit. I love you, and I thank God for what you are doing.
Thank you.
You know, the times that we spend,
Yes.
Either we're having lunch or
Yes.
ministry or all of that, it's just been amazing.
Yes, sir.
But I tell you, you are doing an amazing job.
Thank
and
you.
if you've not heard it lately, let me say to you that God is pleased with your work, and you are actually an amazing pastor.
Thank you.
I'm grateful for your life and thank God for your life.
Thank you.
But today we do live,
Yes,
so
sir.
I just want you to know it's open. Let's
Yes.
let's roll.
Yes.
Just feel free. Let's go back and forth.
I'm excited, Your Majesty, to be here with you. First of all, thank you for allowing me the opportunity and your words of affirmation. They mean a lot to me, and so I thank you for this opportunity.
It's a joy.
Yes.
It's always a joy.
Yes,
It's a
yes,
joy.
yes,
Now,
yes.
we were in Portugal.
Yes.
For a great
Yes,
ministry.
we were. Yes,
and we
we
were
were.
ministering together.
Yes, we
I
were.
mean, and I believe it was an amazing trip.
It was life-changing. I
Awesome.
was telling my church just the other day how life-changing. I don't think I will ever be the same.
Awesome.
What I encountered, the time that I had to share with you and the people there in Portugal was life-changing. I will never be the same. I will absolutely never be the same.
Awesome.
Thank you for allowing me to travel with you.
Oh, it's a joy. We're going to do more of this.
I'm looking
Remember,
forward to it.
we're going to do more of this.
Yes.
In fact, Kregner,
Okay.
the one who hosted
Yes,
us,
yes,
you know,
yes.
he was here. He was in church this past Sunday.
Wow.
And he's coming this weekend also.
oh,
I mean, so it's just amazing.
Yes.
Of course, he asked for you when he came. He asked for you, and we were well treated. I mean,
Yes, we were.
They took good care
They
of
took
us.
really good care of us.
Pastor Theophilo
Yes.
is doing an amazing job. I mean, to have the fastest growing church in
Yes,
Portugal,
in Portugal.
within a space of 2 years,
Yes.
and the kind of experience and what God was doing in
Yes,
Portugal
yes.
is just amazing.
He had such a pure heart.
Yeah.
And you can tell that the fire of God was in him.
Yeah.
And the people that he was leading,
Yeah.
that he is leading, you can tell all over the world, just all the locations that he has in other parts of the world, different countries. And it's just amazing to see what God is doing in his life and his ministry and the Zion Church family. It's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
It's amazing. In fact, this is where he got trained.
Wow.
He was with me for 5
I
years.
remember you saying that.
Yeah.
That's right.
And you heard him say it also
Absolutely.
in a leadership meeting.
Absolutely.
This is where he was trained. For 5 years, he was trained.
Yes.
But just to see my two sons, you and him there, and we're chatting
Right.
and fellowshipping.
Yes.
And the last night, we went to the restaurant to have
Yes.
dinner.
Yes.
In fact, we didn't sleep.
We didn't.
We finished
We
the
didn't.
restaurant almost 2 a.m.
2:30.
Yeah.
And we got back to the hotel.
Yes.
And it was probably 3:00 when we got to the
Yes,
hotel.
and we have to leave at 4.
And we had to leave at 4:15.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So we didn't sleep.
We didn't
sleep.
sleep.
Yeah. And it's just a joy.
Yes.
It's just a joy.
Yes, yes.
And today I want people out there,
Yes.
to at least, just let's chat and
Yes.
anything that, questions, anything, yeah.
I was thinking as you were talking about achieving goals. Achieving goals. First of all, living in a world like today, living in a world where we are constantly faced with challenges and being faced with so many opportunities as well. And you have opportunities and you have challenges. The question that I want to ask you, as you're looking at life goals and achieving life goals, what do you think, if I can ask you this question, what do you think is one of the challenges that you would say would be one of the challenges it is in achieving goals?
Now, achieving goals, it's necessary.
Yes.
But anything that worth doing has challenges.
Yes.
Nothing comes easy, especially if it's important.
Yes.
When a person decides to set goals,
Yes.
and we all have to set goals. In other words, you can't live a life of hopelessness
Yes.
or aimlessness. You have to actually set goals. You have to be able to have some plans, something that gives you the relevance
Right.
for existence.
Yeah.
You live, but to live is an everyday thing. You don't live one day. You live, your desire is to live consistently
Yes.
and to live long. Yes. So if you're going to live, then you have to set goals. That means when you wake up in the morning and by the time you go to bed, there are some things that you have to do. You don't wake up hoping to do something. At least you set goals that, hey, today these are the things I like to do. Because if you have that in mind, then you look forward to getting up. But if you don't have any goals, if you go to bed, you may be in bed for weeks because you have no goals.
Right.
But if you have goals, you see the need of getting up. I'll give you an example. Every mother that is breastfeeding a baby has a goal.
Yes.
You have a goal. When you put your children in bed, you wake up in the morning, you have a goal to what? Breastfeed them. That's
Yes.
your goal.
Yes.
Make sure you take care of your kids. The child have a goal. The goal is to get up in the morning and suck breast.
Yes.
Yes. Father has a goal to get up and go to work. Children have goals to get up and go to school. Teachers have goals to go back and teach. So we all have to have goals, and goals is what gives us relevance. It's what gives us the joy of living.
Yes.
So any goal that you have has also setbacks, or can have its setbacks. What about if a mother goes to bed and will get up feeling ill?
Yes.
It's a setback.
Yes.
What about if a child gets up with the aim of sucking breast and only realize that the child is teething and is crying all day? Yeah. There are obstacles to goal setting, but that does not mean we don't set goals. Every one of us have to set goals whilst we live.
Yes.
And what happens is this, the fact that there will be setbacks shouldn't stop us from setting goals.
That's good. And I thought about that, and that was one of the questions that I was going to ask. Mm-hmm. Do you think trauma could be relative to people not wanting to continue to set goals?
Yes. There are those who allow trauma to get the best of them. Yes. We just talked earlier, about people you see today and tomorrow gone.
Yes.
If people leave, you will weep. Tears and sorrows endureth but for a night. But joy comes in the morning.
Yes.
It doesn't mean you shut your life and you stop living. You lose your job, you shut your life, you stop living. You have to keep living.
Yes, you do.
So
yes, you do.
If you allow trauma to get so deep in you, there are chances of you being literally stuck. It's great. So we have to make sure that trauma doesn't stop us from achieving goals.
Yes.
If you achieve goals, how many times and you fail, try it again. Achievement goals. If you decide to travel from point A to point
yes.
B,
Yep.
and there's traffic on this thing, you can either stay in the traffic or you've a detour.
Yes.
You still have to make sure
Yes.
that you don't stop
Yes.
your plans.
And there's a process to it.
It's a process to it.
Yes.
It's a process to it.
So what do you think as it relates to, obviously, we're in a beautiful building. We're I mean, it's amazing how everything just looks like it just came together. You just popped it out the box and it's just here. But do you think that even for you, as the leader, as the founder, as the CEO, as the person that oversees, how do you overcome the ability to stray away from setting personal goals for yourself and for your ministry? How do you fight that?
Yeah. Many times people see you from the outside and they only look at the glamour, but they don't know the pain, the trouble, and the challenges you went through to get where you are.
Right.
You may be smiling, but you may be wearing a tight shoes.
Right.
You may be smiling, but there's a burden on your mind that you have to solve. So what I have learned over the years is that I have what I call the corporate goal, and also I have the personal goal.
Right.
The corporate goal has to do with goals that involves many people, and the personal goal has to do with me personally. Corporate goal may have challenges, just as personal goal will have challenges, but I try to not allow the corporate goal to affect my personal challenge, my personal life, or my personal challenge to affect the corporate goal. So when I have difficulties or challenges, I pull back for a second, evaluate, and also assess what is going on. Then I take the appropriate action to address it. As you see this building and all that is happening, it's just beautiful, but there are obstacles to get to where we are today.
Yes.
To get here costs millions of dollars, but not only that. There were those who start with you and would fall off and all that. It's all part of the process.
Yes.
There are obstacles, challenges. There could even be oppositions.
Yes.
And there could be those, biblically we call them Sanballats and Tobias,
Yes, sir.
who would literally speak negative. There are those who can even question your sensitivity to hear from God.
Yes.
There are those who may like you as long as it benefits them. But the moment it is not personal benefit, they turn against you.
Wow.
So there can be challenges, but you have to stay strong and make sure that your personal goal of achieving what is before you is done. Fortify yourself. Build yourself in the Lord. Encourage yourself in the Lord.
Wow.
And say to yourself that this too shall pass.
Yeah.
I will pick myself up and handle what is ahead of me. So I will wipe my tears and motivate myself with the work I have to do.
Yes.
Because ultimately, it is what needs to be done that matters. I wouldn't let what has happened to dictate what ought to be done.
Right.
I wouldn't let the past to destroy the future.
Yes.
I will use the present to separate the past from the future.
Right.
And use the present to address what is in the past. So setting goals is something that we have to do consistently.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
How do you think, and this is a question from a spiritual perspective, how do you think your prayer life impacts achieving goals?
Oh, it has a lot to do with it. In fact, I'll add fasting to it too.
Gotcha.
Prayer and fasting has a lot to do with achieving goals. And the practical example I'll give was Jesus Christ. When Jesus was about to initiate his public ministry, he fasted for 40 days and 40
Yes,
nights.
he did.
And the purpose of his fasting is to be equipped, properly empowered,
Yes.
clothed with power,
Yes.
anointing to be able to start his ministry.
Yes.
Now, what was the challenge or the obstacle to the goal that was before him?
sir.
Immediately he broke the fast, the devil came and
The
tempted
devil
him.
came. That's right.
So anytime you have a goal that is set,
Yes.
be certain that the devil, people, challenges, circumstance,
Yes.
situations
Yes.
can lift his ugly head
Yes.
and try to discourage you from going forward or detour you from the goal that you've set.
Yes.
So spiritually, I would say, son, when we set goals, we set them with the aim of fulfilling them.
Yes.
trusting God and praying would give us the strength,
Yes.
the wisdom, the focus, and also the reliance on God,
Wow.
who has started a good work
Yes.
in us
Yes.
to finish it.
Yes.
Now, there are also challenges that comes, and there are some of these challenges that come. I mean, it's the kind of challenge of the, let's say, you struggling to get people to come along with you, or you're struggling to have certain needs met, and you'll be faced with deadlines. And the deadlines can at times test your faith or your resolve to see if what you have set to do can be fulfilled. Because there are those who would stand to mock your failure.
Wow.
And there are those who expect you to fail so that they can prove a point that I told you so. So when God puts something in your heart and they set a goal for you to fulfill, don't let the naysayers or those who will bash you because they want you to fail to distract you. Keep focus, stay alive, and maintain hope that I'm going to do this by the grace of God, because I'm going to rely on God to help me to accomplish this.
That is so good. That is so good. And I feel like some of the times people struggle in that area because they are concerned. They're concerned about what people are going to say, how people are going to react. And then we have to be careful about not trying to put our stuff on display just to prove people wrong too.
Exactly.
Because I know that some people feel like they will need to do something to shut people up, but you can't always make that your purpose for achieving goals. I think our purpose should be to please God, most importantly.
Exactly.
And we should do it only for that reason and the uplifting of the kingdom. What do you think about that?
Absolutely correct, son. You know, there are those who may tempt you to forget who is leading you.
Yes.
So that you lead yourself to failure.
Yes.
So trying to prove a point. No, you don't prove a point to anybody. You are doing what God asking you to do. So make sure, like you said, make sure people don't put pressure on you to make you miss the mark.
Yes.
This is what the people of Israel did to Moses. God told him to point the rod, but he was trying to prove a point to the people. They wanted him to strike the rod.
Yeah.
God said point. People say strike.
Yeah.
So at times, people can make you miss out the mark, because when God is setting the goal, people will try to get you to do it their way.
Yep.
And that's when you get into the flesh. Let me prove to these people what I'm going to do. No, it's not them. It's not about them. It's about God. And because it's God who is leading you, and it's God you are doing it for first and foremost.
Yes.
And He's the one whose word, well done, will bring so much peace and joy to you. You will focus on God first. So I would just say that, just as you said, don't try to do it because you're trying to prove a point to people. Do it because you are trying to honor God and follow His leading.
That leads me to my next question. So what do you think the satisfaction is of turning your dreams into a reality?
Oh, man, I like that. When you fulfill your dream or you are able to see results, it gives you not only satisfaction, but a sense of fulfillment.
Wow.
We live to be fulfilled. Every human being lives to be fulfilled. We want to achieve. Achievement is fulfillment. Results is fulfillment. When you are able to achieve, your soul, your spirit tells you that, all the trouble I went through, it's worth it.
Wow.
Because in the end, this is the result. And the result show to God, and the result that everybody can see.
Yes.
And the result is that people are being blessed, and lives are being changed, and others have been made better. So there's always a satisfaction that comes when we follow the leading of the Lord, and when our visions and our dreams, and also we set goals that are achievable. Goals are achievable if it's set with God in mind. But when you set goals and God is not center of the goal, and the goal is not to benefit people and also give you satisfaction and fulfillment, then that goal, you'll be going in circles.
Wow.
Family, we are just about to take a break, so join us for the next session of Do Life. But please, don't forget to give. The instructions are there to show you how to do it. And we look forward in doing life with you next week. It is good having you. And remember, you are deep down here in our hearts, special to us, and we appreciate you real good.
Hey, Life International family. Thanks for watching another Do Life session powered by King Adamtey. We hope that you were blessed by today's discussion and have learned some key principles that you can apply to your everyday life. Join us next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our next Do Life session. You can join us by visiting our YouTube channel, We're Life International RTP, and if you haven't done so, make sure you subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss a session. If you're in the Research Triangle Park or the surrounding area, we would love for you to join us on Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for our worship service. We're located at 5310 South Austin Avenue, Durham, North Carolina, 27713. If you're not able to join us in person, don't worry. You can join us via live stream by visiting lifeinternational.us/DoLifeTV. If you were blessed by today's message, we encourage you to give. Your giving is how we can continue to bring you messages like this on a weekly basis. You can give via text using your mobile device by texting your donation amount to 84321. You can also give online by visiting us at lifeinternational.us/give. Or you can give by scanning the QR code with your mobile device's camera. Thank you for supporting our ministry through giving. We look forward to doing life with you. Have a blessed week. We'll see you next time. Bye.